we're watching this video of this advertisement. I was all like, okay, looks like an interesting concept. I watched it before this, but I wanted to kind of like, why is this happening? And I'll show you, like, as we go on. It's like we get some really cool concepts. We get some really good ideas. And
in my world, superheroes are not worshipped because everyone has a special power.
This person, like, cause it sounds like it's like My Hero Academia meets One Punch Man type of world. Also a little bit of The Boys, because I mean, like, these superheroes, even though they should be called villains, super villains, because they're bullying him, right? Like
everyone except me. I was a weakling and an orphan. But one day, I discovered a book that drank my blood.
Right out the gate, we're just abandoning the, oh, well, like, I have nothing, no powers or anything. Because we're starting to get into a book that drinks his blood, and like, if the story is not AI generated, I feel like these names certainly are. Quinn Talon, come on. Like, my name is Brick Samson, my friend Quinn Talon, and Steve Giant Dick. I don't like. What is these names?
And made me immortal. My name is Quinn Talon, 16 years old. And just like many others, I hate school. But it's not because I hate studying or anything like that.
We're getting into a little more of that show don't tell. If you're running, if you're trying to kickstart a manga, or if you are a seasoned comic book writer, if you're writing for TV or movies, it doesn't matter. You have to show why people hate school. You already told us that you got bullied, and I'm sure you're probably about to go into it. But like, and this is a commercial. I chose to show this because this was not like a 30-second commercial, a 10-minute long commercial. And I was all like, oh, it's about some interesting stuff. Like, it's around the similar properties that I kind of like. No.
We're starting to get into why I think
like
that
it at all.
AI made this. Because the whole flicking the bully off, even though the bully, like, okay, yeah, the bully was mean and everything, but he literally has no powers in this world. That flicking the bully off, okay, and then, like, when he says, how dare you, he's doing just a smile on his face. Does acting not exist in the author's, like, world? Like, you're choosing a visual medium. Like, that's why I'm all like, this might be AI. Because the acting choices, you could have, like, if you didn't know how to draw, like, a frowny face, just show a frowny face.
Now we're getting into my favorite little thing called authors don't know how to write compelling female protagonists. So this is fun. You know, are you all right? Oh, I can't believe you're helping him. Oh, I didn't know. Like, is she supposed to be likable? Because she seems cowardly and, like, very unlikable. No, I understand. Like, you can have a character arc, but you already have a whole lot going on in this show, in this manga already, and like you're throwing out all in rapid concession all of these ideas, and you're not letting any of them set with the audience with me. I'm like, what is going on here? And yeah, so could you either write the female protagonist like she cares, and to say like, fuck off friends who are being rude right now because this kid had a fireball hit him in the chest, or make her go, oh, I can't believe, like, what a coward, and then she like learns to be a better person at the end of the story. I'm just saying, let's start with something. Pick a lane, please.
No living relatives.
The peace treaty with Dalkey Race has lasted 5 years now, but officials are saying that tension is rising once again. Now we must prepare for another war.
When my parents died from the war at age 10, I was given nothing but a book. A book.
Tell me, you're trying to get it across to me that a teenager cares about external forces, like that kid cares about these wars, and now he cares about the wars, and now he's telling us that his parents were in the wars and they died in the wars, and this just got shoehorned in there, just crammed in there. You thought there wasn't going to be any more exposition. This is an exposition marathon. That's all this commercial wants to be, is exposition with some cool pictures.
That was impossible to open. Let's try again today. Test 112.
You got it.
Hydrochloric acid. Let's see how it goes. So far, no reactions. Another failure. Why won't you open? Why did Mom and Dad even have this thing? Maybe I could do something more useful. Let's try fixing these. Looks like I'm going to need new lenses. Damn it! Why does the world hate me? What the hell is happening?
Congratulations, you have...
Is it a computer? Because, like, how you've designed the book, and again, this brings me back to the belief that this all is at least somewhat done with AI, because this very, like, metal, very demonic looking book has this very cliche, you have activated people, boop. Like, I don't get it. And the exposition doesn't stop here.
been granted the VA.
Why does my head hurt so much? Did I pass out? Maybe I was more hurt than I thought I was. That's a little strange. Wait, it can't be. How can that even happen? It's true. It's not blurry. Maybe I should have drawn it a little smaller, but still, I can see it just fine. But how? My whole life, I've had bad vision.
I don't want to say I told you so. And so far, it's just the vision. But also, ask Peter Parker how he felt after getting bit by the spider.
What happened? The book! Where the hell is the book? Not here. Not here either. Ah, maybe it's like my socks. They go missing all the time. Don't be stupid. This is a book we're talking about, not a sock. Think
like my socks, they go missing all the time. Don't be stupid. I understand that there's a lot of people who use a lot of negative self-speak. I get that. If you're trying to make us like feel sympathy for the character. There are different ways to do that, because you're allowing us into their head for a reason, right? They're coming up with these random ideas that they are almost correcting on the spot. And while, yes, some people do think like that, I don't think it's good to have this type of internal monologue and this type of internal dialogue so regular in your story. So regular in your story that you have to keep putting yourself down. And because after a while, it's just like, okay, like, you think you suck. Why are you asking me to invest my time into you? And the thing is, like, just to be candid for a moment, I think now is such an important time for us to venture and invest in independent comics, in independent manga, independent animation. Like, now is that time. When I see stuff like this, though, I suspect that it's done by AI, done not for the attempt to tell a good story, but really for cash grab. I don't know if that's the case. There's a lot of good things in this story. You got a lot going on, but you could also trim it down.
Quinn, try to remember what happened. That's right. What was it? It sounded like some type of system message. Wow! What is all this? It's like those really old games that people used to play all the time. A skills tab? It looks like I can't do anything here. Let's see if there's something else I can select. What about this? Can I do anything? Oh, wait! There's one more.
Drink 2 liters of water.
Well, that doesn't seem too hard. It looks like there's nothing else to explore. How do I close this thing? Ah, just thinking about it closes the menu. The whole system is linked to my thoughts. All of this, did it come from the book? Then that means it was an ability book. I've never heard of an ability book granting someone a system before, but this means maybe I have an ability now. Waterbending style. That didn't work.
Water what style? Because that almost made me feel like you were just directly copying and pasting language from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Again, they're not the only ones who've done like elemental powers, but they're the most well-known people who use powers and call them bending. Water bending, blood bending, metal bending, rock bending, fire bending, all the different bendings. Like, you just did. And I understand this could be a meta thing, but at this point, I doubt it. Like, if you were telling me this sincere story, but it just seems like you're throwing everything in there, and why would I stop at the water bending? You know, like, I don't want to say that you're copying and doing all this. What I'm saying is, if you're trying to be meta, clean up those loose strands and stop using exposition. I'll get the meta stuff, a little bit easier, but right now I'm so bombarded with all of the just, I gotta explain everything to you because my neighbors, ladies and gentlemen.
Work. Wind! Wind, go! Not that either. One of the ways one could learn ability was through an ability book. These books could often be bought at very high prices from the military or a company. Some were even sold on the marketplace. What the—
Hi. You said that you didn't know, or your character said that they didn't know what that book was. They said that. They said that to my face. And now, that is on my head. And now, because we have to explain everything so thoroughly, you're telling me that this person, the protagonist, he already knows. He already knows about these ability books. He already knows about the ability books. So why did we waste so much of our time trying to make everybody go, what is this? When he knows, at least he knows. He could have explained it to us. He's been explaining everything else to us.
What the hell is this useless thing? Is the ability really just a system? Which was why I was never able to purchase one and had always remained a level 1 ability user. Damn, how much is 2 liters? My belly feels like it's going to burst. The quest was completed and it looks like I got the experience point. At least I know the system works now. Maybe if I level up, I'll get stronger. Who could that be? I never get visitors.
Boy, it's time for you to vacate your room immediately. The vehicle has been waiting outside for 5 minutes already. It's time for you to head to military school.
How could I forget? The war between the Dalki and humans wiped out most of the population.
Fire!
Because of this, when students turned 16, they were required to attend military school. The ones that survived, at least. If it wasn't for them, everyone would have died. The Dalki and humans were currently in a peaceful period, but nobody believed it would last forever. It's so bright. It's not summer yet.
Your body is being hit by direct sunlight. You are affected by the sunlight. All stats will be halved while you are exposed to the sunlight.
I feel so weak all of a sudden.
Are you okay, boy? Is he gonna make a run for it? Every year, someone tries to.
Status: Strength 5, Stamina 5, Agility 5.
What kind of drawback is this?
Quinn?
Daily quest: avoid direct sunlight for 8 hours. Reward 5 XP.
Another quest? This is great! A lot better than the water one. Just by sleeping every day, I will get XP. With these quests, I should reach the next level soon, and I can really see what this does.
What are you doing standing still? The school will eat you alive if you carry on like that.
At least it looks like no one from our school is on this bus. I guess the only empty seats?
You are no longer in direct sunlight. Stats have returned to normal.
I feel a lot better now. So it really was the sun making me feel weak. Well, at least it looks like it's only direct sunlight.
It is time for us to head to the military academy.
This is a long ride, huh?
I know. Damn it, we're not supposed to speak.
I wonder what life will be like here.
A substance in the air has been detected. You are feeling sleepy.
What does this mean? Is something going on? I feel so tired.
Your resistance to the substance has increased.
Looks like one of you was able to resist the sleeping gas. Guess we'll just have to bag you.
Did they just put a black bag over my head? Am I being kidnapped? I'm so tired. What the fuck? So cold.
This is where a lot of you will be spending the next 2 years of your life. Placed on your wrist is your lifeline. It will identify you as a student at this military base. It will allow you to access certain areas, pay for food, and all sorts of other things.
Nothing says I care about what I'm saying to these impressionable young minds. More like, and all sorts of things. Like, that language is another reason why I think this is made by AI. Because a professional writer would not have done that. And a professional editor would not have allowed that on the page. Whether it be in print or digital copy. That is Bush League like dialogue. And all sorts of things or whatever. I don't care. Like, it's just like, you know, it's unconfident. It's unconfident language. And this guy's supposed to be like a military leader. Like, and he sounds like, well, you know, whatever. Like, okay, you want to go smoke some lettuce and talk about, you know, My Chemical Romance? Well, because, like, you don't care, you know, about this military thing that you're doing? That you clearly have, like, medals and stuff, so you made a career out of this? Like, you pull the immersion or any opportunity of immersion right out when you use little language like that. That shows that the person who's talking doesn't really care. I don't really care. And I think because AI doesn't understand how normal people talk, it just eats up all this data and spits it back out into our mouth like a baby bird. And I don't want to be the baby bird ever for anyone. So, like, I just really want to encourage people to don't use AI. Don't use AI. If this is someone's written work, you're writing like AI. You're writing like you don't care, and you should write like you care, because you have the ability to sell enough of something to where you've got advertisements here. You got enough money for advertisements, so you went that far enough to care about this story. And I like, despite everything that I believe about it and everything that I feel about it, because it's not owned by one of the major corporations that own all of the comics, that own all of the movies, that own all the television, I want it to succeed. But if all it is a cash grab, silently pull that ad. Don't have me watch it again. Don't have anyone else watch it again. Because there are so many people who will passionately tell their story. And I want to hear theirs. Not a general saying, well, all sorts of things, and I guess it doesn't matter. Like, he's not confident, and he's supposed to be confident. Like,
when not in use, the wristwatch will display the number, your corresponding power level. We will immediately begin testing your respective levels. Don't come forward until you have been called. You understand? Good luck. Ability levels were placed into 8 different power levels, going from power level 1 all the way up to power level 8. However, there were also those with power levels above 8 that couldn't be measured. Those that had abilities stronger than level 8 usually had powers not shared with others and were called originals. There were 2 ways to get an ability. One was a book, which would teach one the cultivation techniques needed to get to a certain level. However, originals were ability users that didn't create a book explaining their abilities. Instead, they decided to only teach their ability to those within the family or to those they trusted, making originals have an advantage. Books from level 1 to 5 could be commonly bought, but the higher they were, the more expensive they would be, while books above that were rare and often only traded in person. I wonder what level my ability is. Please make way to the circle. You will now be transported to the testing center. Maybe I will get a good score on this test and get a good ability level. You are being hit by direct sunlight. All stats will be halved. Maybe not with this thing. Hey, are you okay? If you want, I can call someone for help. It's okay, I'm just a little bit nervous about the test. This damn system, why does it make me weak in sunlight? He is definitely not okay. He looks like he's going to fall over any second. This guy, he is too good looking. If I looked like this guy, would I have been bullied less?
We both get bullied. We both got bullied. He's too good looking to get bullied. When I speak to my partner, when I first met her, my first thought was, she must not get bullied often. So you see where I'm having problems with this dialogue. If you're trying to make this a friendship, he doesn't sound like he's caring about friends. He sounds like he's caring about getting in them cheeks, because he's only talking about how attractive he is. Our protagonist is only a tool for other people, and including the author of this story. He has no agency of his own. And now he meets someone who is either a romantic interest or a person who is just a really nice guy to him. And this is a weird dynamic. Like, when he responds, he's being too nice. The audience should not agree with that, right? The audience should not agree with that. He is being awkwardly nice, like fucking you from Netflix too nice. Like, that's not how. If you're trying to write a romance, don't jump into it. You're too eager. Slow it down. I'm not gay myself, but I understand that gay people, much like hetero people, have a bit of romance about ourselves and a bit of sexuality about themselves, and, you know, romance about themselves. So why would I assume that they would just be all like, oh, he's hot, even though he's clearly suffering? Like, that's weird, right? A human would have saw that and said, no, I won't write this way, because this is not how humans act. Just saying.
Well, don't be so nervous. I'm quite strong, you know. If anyone messes with you, you can come and ask me for help.
This guy is a bit too nice. He's making me feel uneasy.
The name's Vorden, by the way.
My name's Quinn.
Use of an ability has been detected. The ability has been rejected.
We're rounding the end here, and we're going into some very obvious territory. You wrote a story where everyone has abilities. So, and you've really backpedaled on that a lot, as I have previously shown. Like, oh, wait, actually, they're all from these books, and actually, these books, and then also you can pay to get abilities. It's like, you don't like your own story, do you? Like, this shows a complete lack of interest in the author's own story. So yeah, this is obviously either a lie that someone would make, or he would be like, oh my God, the one non-special person. And then here soon, by the end, it looks like they're going to be on this little Voltron fighting force team. And it's just like, there's too many directions. There's too many directions, and they're trying to walk them all. And that doesn't make any sense.
Use of an ability has been detected? It was rejected? What is this guy trying to do?
You, what's your ability?
Should I tell him? Maybe that's not a good idea. I don't have an ability.
Next group, we have Quinn Talon, Borden Blade, Peter Chuck, Layla Monroe, Aaron Haley.
Listen to the audio series My Vampire System, only on the Pocket FM app. Download now.
I didn't do the proper research in this video, but that kind of looks like it might be like the real life person of photograph of whoever's taking credit for writing this. And I like this. I might be pissing a lot of people off. This might be like the mainstream. Like, this is like the hottest shit in town. And maybe I just only know my specific books and literature and movies and TV, and I should just stick to that. Maybe that's the case. If you've at least enjoyed watching my slow descent into madness, think of hitting that subscribe button. It would really help me a lot. Hit that like button if you really enjoyed it. I see people all the time talking about how, oh, I really like your stuff, but like I don't get a whole lot of likes. So please hit that like button. Don't make me beg. Hit the dislike if you just it really wasn't your cup of tea. If you've stayed, if you've made it this long, you're a real one. You are like just elite level badass. But that's all here. Write in the comments pineapples if you've made it to the very end, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.